Alrighty then. So now we slide this out. Usually I pull on, you stick into these two holes right here. On occasion I've done it other ways by pushing on other things until it pops out. Be careful not to slide too far for sure, because otherwise you will damage some cables. There we go. I think that should be far enough, just enough to slide the hard drive out. Make sure you have also disconnected this cable before doing that. And also here's the hard drive data cable with a thermal sensor attached to it. You also see there's another thermal sensor attached to the other end of the hard drive, so we can go take that off now. Being careful to preserve the tape, unless you have some new tape, Captain tape or something else to stick it back on with. These thermal sensors are important for the fan RPM control on these 2010 Mac Minis. You'll find that if you do not have those fan temp sensors, you will have a very bad time, as the fans will just ramp up full speed even with one missing. Okay, so let's take these two black nuts off. They're on one side of the hard drive because they slide into some spots up there. Take note that it is on the side of the data lines, the SATA data lines right here, because you're going to do the same thing on your replacement hard drive. SATA data lines right here, and they go on this side. So now I've got that off. You have this plastic adhesive thing. I do find it useful to have on there. Sometimes I put it back, sometimes I don't. It really doesn't matter. I mean, is it easier when it's on? Oh yeah. But if it doesn't want to stay, don't worry about it too much. Now reattach those screws to the new hard drive. This is the new one right here. This is the old, new, old. I believe I'm going to the same size. It's another 250 gig. Looks like the same SKU and everything. One of these was pulled out of a 2010 MacBook that I had upgraded to an SSD at one point. And since this doesn't need that high speed, I just decided I'd stick it in here as that one was dying. And this appeared to be in good condition when I pulled it last from a previous system. Now that the screws are in, I'll give them a little tight with the pliers. Yeah, I really wish I had my screwdriver set. Okay, then you can reattach the SATA data lines, data and power lines. Hook back up the thermal sensor. Oh wait. Let's go. Goes like that. I attach the sensor right here. Oh, it's not wanting to stay. Hopefully the stuff I took off came with this now 20-year-old machine will stick, but we really don't know. I don't have any Captain tape with me, and I don't really like using electrical tape because it's all gooey and stuff. So I may just use some masking tape. Yeah, why not? Oh, it does get warm though, so try and avoid it here. So stick that back in. Thermal sensor is attached. I might not have... Okay. Be very patient while you're sliding this back in. You don't want to bust any cables or damage anything. Reattach the power and data right there. Here's a thermal sensor, so I'll reattach that. I'll do this thermal sensor after I have pushed everything back into places. Carefully. Okay, you should know when it's in the correct spot if you push it all the way back and it doesn't want to go from side to side more than a couple millimeters, and then you can go ahead and push the rest of the case back in. Reattach that thermal sensor for the other side. I believe one of those was from the optical drive originally, but I guess I just moved it up to the hard drive because it was easier to attach. I don't know. Well, next here we should probably put some screws back in. Probably start with this plastic plate here for the heatsink cover. Careful, try not to wedge it in like I just did. That's not great. Let's see. I guess I'll try and put that screw back into that down here. Right here. Oh. Ooh, lovely. I lost it. Let's try and get this screw out. There we go. Careful as you're placing the plastic thing not to pinch your fan lines, fan cables. I believe this screw goes back into that hole. So yeah, that looks right. Where's it go in that hole? Nope, wrong hole. That screw that hole right there is for the long fan screw. This one goes down in here. That's in there nicely. I will take the pliers again and make sure it is. Okay, that's good. So unconventional is dumb, but this works. Oh, apparently this cover is not where it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay. That might have been my reason why I couldn't get that other screw in place. So we will try again down here. Just because I have the screw still, so I might as well attempt at least. And that was the reason why it wasn't lined up. So that is now done. I'll tighten up just slightly here. Good. So now we got that. Rotate the MacMini around so it's easier to see. Got that screw. We have, I guess we will reattach this next. This is our Wi-Fi antenna. Usually I find it's good to use a bigger hex after you get lined up to push down onto the wireless connector antenna. So we do that. We do that. This, although, is the hardest part for me every time. There we go, in there like that. Got these screws here. These are used to pull up the hard drive and hold it in place. So these are usually really important to reattach. Nope, I think this one worked. Oh, okay, that's not fully down there yet. Maybe I'll have to come back another day and just using my finger to slowly get that. I do find this very important to get tight just due to not wanting your hard drive to be vibrating continuously everywhere, so okay, these two, whatever they are, flatheads work pretty well in terms of we're not all the way there. Let's try one more of this weird concoction. I'd say that still a little play there, so I mean, oh, I should have probably do these screws actually before I continue. These are what the bottom case cover attaches to. Also helps hold down the metal bracket for the Wi-Fi antenna. And I believe it's Bluetooth as well, but don't quote me on that. Now that I won't pull up anymore, why is this being a butt? As I will say for the 100th time in this video, I do very much recommend you use proper tools and not the way I'm doing this. I believe there's another video in the pipeline where I actually use proper tools to upgrade a Mac Mini. I just don't have those tools with me today. This should go right back in there. It's a small standoff screw to hold the help hold the fan in place. I don't feel like taking the rest of the other screw out completely. It does turn just enough. Okay, the fan is now connected. It does go basically, the fan connector is basically centered with the Wi-Fi symbol on the black plastic piece right here. And then it's just down in there. Let's use a better screw. Right down in there. I was able to get it attached without fully taking it apart. Now it's just time to quickly reassemble it again. Here we got this screw. Okay. That one doesn't feel tight anymore. Okay. Well, I think that is now it. So now I can close it back up. Same thing. Find the white circle to holy white circle, or the holy circle, and then turn it to the black circle again. And there you go. You should be done.